Hello adventurers, I'm Gray and welcome to Minecraft Live. I'm super excited about this. I've been really busy with pharmacy school over this past year, so I haven't had the time to play games or follow Minecraft updates or anything like that. But I won't miss a chance to watch Minecraft Live. I'm just really excited. I want to see what's coming up in my favorite game.
Hello and welcome to Minecraft Live 2021. I'm your host and chief storyteller of Mojang Studios, Lydia Winters. We have an exciting show for you today, filled with all things Minecraft. We'll vote a new mob into the game, hear what's happening in Minecraft dungeons, learn how to design and play with your own Minecraft mob, find out the next Minecraft update, and much, much more. Seriously,
oh boy. I have no idea what to expect from this update coming up. I sort of knew, or at least I kind of predicted what would happen last year with the caves and cliffs, and I also sort of predicted another update. But I have no idea what's next. The only thing I can think of is the end update. But this could be literally anything, which makes it really exciting for me because I've already gotten a lot of what I wanted from Minecraft update, so I have no idea what's coming next.
The Caves and the Cliffs update.
I'm excited for the full update of that to release.
Done with Caves and Cliffs Part 1 and can't wait to see what you do with Part 2.
Okay, when was it releasing again? Was it in like December or something? Sometime this winter. I'm gonna get back into Minecraft once Caves and Cliffs Part 2 comes out. It's been a while since I've really gotten into a survival.
I'm excited. And then it's good if we just are as honest as we possibly
I will admit, I do not know everything that's in the upcoming Caves and Cliffs update. I used to follow Minecraft updates so much and watch a lot of Minecraft YouTubers. I haven't watched much YouTube just in general in the past year, and haven't been following much updates in the past year either, or playing like any video games either, because pharmacy school is super busy. I'm in my third year of pharmacy school, and it's insanely busy. I just don't have the time. But I wouldn't miss the chance to come and watch Minecraft Live.
So we'll move the Deep Dark feature set into the next update, which will be after Caves and Cliffs Part 2, and we're gonna look at that later in the show. You're gonna get to see some.
Oh, and the Deep Dark is being separated into another update? A third one?
You two are working with
it keeps getting spread out. I just want all the stuff. Because I don't want to get back into Minecraft until all the stuff I saw in the Caves and Cliffs trailer is released.
That went into Caves and Cliffs Part 2.
Yep, let's watch it.
Now I understand that they might be adding even more stuff to it now if they're making it separate, but
I think it's just create.
ooh, I'm so excited for these cave systems. Honestly, it'll make it so much more fun. I'm not saying it's not fun right now. I still love it, but going on caving adventures with people in these like amazing caves, I think would be great. It'll be so exciting. Though I do feel like caves will be even more scary than before. Because when you have those big dark rooms that are like really huge, mobs are just gonna spawn everywhere, which makes it a bit of a challenge in a way, which I enjoy as well. Oh, the cliffs! They're so tall! And I love the mountains and everything. So pretty. I love it. I want to build another mountain house on the top of the tallest peak once again, this time taller than ever before. But it actually reminds me, the caves do, they remind me of like, in some mod packs for Minecraft,
Wow.
there's like caves that generate that are just big open dark rooms that just have tons of monsters, and now that's a natural thing, so.
Big mountains.
Oh.
Let's take a look. So there it is, all the old stuff we built 10 years ago. But that's what happens when you
Ah.
in 1.18. So it basically generates new caves beneath the old areas.
Interesting.
And the illusion that was there the whole time. We just, we just didn't go there until now. And wow, look what I found.
That's a pretty creative way to deal with it, because otherwise you would have no access to the caves, right? Because usually when you update Minecraft and it adds like new biomes and stuff, you have to go to new unexplored areas to find it if you load an old world. But in this one it adds it beneath your stuff, so it doesn't affect your actual things. That's really cool. I like that.
So much to the existing world. That's amazing.
So if you create a world in Java and you think it's beautiful, you want to share with others, anyone who opens their world with that,
Oh, that's neat.
regardless of which edition
I like
they
the
play,
parity between the
see
two.
essentially almost exactly the same thing.
Yeah, it's
Mostly
identical.
identical.
It's a thing in the community, you
Trees are a bit
find
different.
location and you share it,
But the
like,
generation's
this
pretty much the
world I
same.
found, and before you couldn't do that with players on the other edition, but now everyone can just share cool places together. So it's actually almost done. So we're gonna release it in a month or two.
A month or two, okay. That's sort of what I expected, November or December.
Thank you.
That's the ticket. Minecraft Bedrock Edition and Minecraft Java Edition are coming to Xbox Game Pass for PC.
Oh, wait.
Debated which edition to
Both
add
of them
to
are.
service and decided why not add both.
You know what? I respect that. I think that's pretty cool.
Way to get Bedrock and Java in one place.
That
Convenient.
I'm glad they did that, because they're actually like representing both of the sides of their community. Because I know there are people who prefer Bedrock more, and people like me who prefer Java a lot more.
And a cartload of other games.
So I like that they put them both on there.
This year's incredibly important and potentially life-altering vote. Remember the Phantom? For an amazing
Remember your regrets?
you who haven't been a part of Minecraft
Oh
Live
man.
before, here's how it works.
I feel like every mob vote ends up in salt.
Different mobs that they think could potentially be a
Just
great
think of it, guys. Think of it
addition
as just a fun thing. It's not like a huge update to add this mob. It's just a way for the community to get involved. So we'll get, regardless of what it is, don't get salty. Even though I say that, you will. But you know, personally, I am mixed between the Alley and the Copper Golem, and I'm not sure which I prefer.
Like you, little baby.
It's hard for me to say, honestly. I do like the potential a Copper Golem has for Redstone,
Moving on. The actual
and
winner
also
of last year's intense mob
what it adds to the world in adding another golem.
That's it. It's like super easy.
The only thing I prefer is that it's not the glare.
Considerably more difficult.
Not that I'd hate the glare, like I don't hate any of them, to be honest.
Let's go over your options.
But I just prefer the Alley and the Copper Golem.
Talk about our
And to begin with, we have the glare, which is it's a creature that flies around and doesn't really like dark areas because it knows that.
I like the little showcase teasers for the mobs, because from what I remember, I think the first mob vote was just like a drawing of them, and we picked based on those and the names. And that's how the Phantom came to be, so now we're a little bit more educated on what we're picking.
And we are thinking about ideas that in certain circumstances the glare may even help you light up these areas to solve your monster spawning problems.
The glare sounds amazing. I'm ready to vote glare now.
I do think the glare has its uses, though.
Which is also a flying
Because sometimes there's like one, like on a sky block, whatever, there's like one block somewhere that's not quite covered by your torches, and you just can't find where it is. And that can help with that sort of thing, or maybe lighting up your whole house, or a cave system, or something like that.
If you also play on a note block, it will drop the items on that location instead.
That's useful.
Yes, and we imagine that...
I love the LA though, because the potential for automation with that thing. You can have it pick up, like, all sorts of items for you and just bring them back.
Clearing up areas. I think the...
Imagine all the item sorters people make out of that thing.
So, vote LA. I get it.
Yes, but then we have the copper golem. And as the name implies, it's a golem made out of copper, so it's an excellent use for copper. And it will also like interact with you, and since it's made out of copper, it will over time oxidize and maybe like turn into a statue. But don't worry, you can de-oxidize it using an axe, or it actually carries around a lightning rod on its head, so a lightning strike can also de-oxidize it.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
In addition, it loves pressing buttons.
So can it protect you from lightning because it'll strike the golem?
Copper buttons.
But it randomly presses.
Yes, so that can also be used in some interesting contraptions, we believe.
That's amazing. So
There's going to be a lot of randomizers out of that thing.
glare all sound good.
The Copper Golem has a lot of redstone potential.
It's going to be quite difficult.
But as a more of a survival player myself, I think I'm leaning towards LA. Because while the Copper Golem is cool and a good use for copper and a great decoration, like you can just set up those mobs and they add a lot of life, the LA's uses in like farms and sorting is really appealing to me. Plus I think it looks super cute.
Each year, we show you some of the cool new things made by our creators for Minecraft Marketplace. This year, we're going to do that and show you how to start creating Minecraft things yourself.
I'm just going to recolor the model. Of course, you could also
I
change
think
the
this
whole
whole
model
system
to
is
turn it
pretty
into
cool.
something entirely
This will
different.
allow people who have no experience or very little experience in the arts, in digital media, and computer science to get involved and make some things themselves in their games, which I know is very rewarding. I would spend probably a significant amount of time doing this if I had the time to do it, But it looks super cool, and I think this is a really great way to get people involved in creating stuff in the game. It does remind me a little bit, not to make comparisons, but I also want to make comparisons, of Hytale Model Maker. I'm not saying they were inspired by each other or anything like that, but I don't know, I like this sort of trend towards making easier creator tools so the average person can build things in their favorite games. I feel like they're about to get to the next big update reveal, and I have no idea what to expect. But if I were to make a prediction, there are two I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of the end update, because I know the end got updated a little while ago, added all those areas on the outskirts of the end and the end fortresses and that sort of thing. But I feel like it's been long enough that they could do another update there to add more stuff. Another one I'm thinking is some kind of a life update, or maybe like a history update or something along those lines that adds more pre-built sort of structures into Minecraft. Like maybe a ruined castle or some more things kind of like the desert temples and that sort of stuff. Because I feel like there's a lot of potential to add more of that stuff, especially with the whole world generation changing. They could put some stuff in the caves, put some stuff on the surface. That's just like random guesses though. I have no idea what it'll be. Which makes me really excited. Because it's going to be a surprise no matter what. I have no expectations about it at all. Which is rare. Normally I like have an idea of what people want. But I think the end update's the most predictable one. Not that it would be bad. Like I would be excited about an end update.
10 years ago, I stepped on the Minecon
But we'll
stage
see.
for the first time. I still get nervous and excited every single time.
Regardless, I don't know how they'll top the Caves and Cliffs update. Like that is the biggest, most exciting thing I've seen in a while.
Hi, Laura.
Hi.
So you have a
Ooh,
pretty
Minecraft Dungeons.
Mojang Studios.
Yeah.
I own Minecraft Dungeons, the complete edition, so I have all the stuff with it.
I'm the lead designer.
But I just haven't gotten to playing through the whole game yet. Mostly because this past year, past 2 years really, I've been so busy with pharmacy school, I just haven't been playing games.
That does sound cool. You and the dungeons
But I'll get to it one day.
working so hard.
Okay. Trying to keep Minecraft Dungeons have consistent updates, kind of like how base Minecraft does. Wow, that's me. While my friends are busy fighting an epic boss, I'm like, time to loot! I'll just wander off on my own and get all the treasure.
So this is an example of
Oh, that's pretty cool looking.
in the tower. So if you see,
I like how it
this
looks.
Tower avatar has very little amount of gear, and yeah, you'll be always have the context that you're high up in the tower, right?
So-
cool.
Yeah. We also wanted to make sure
This is actually
that,
pretty neat. I like
the
how this
tower was
looks.
a whimsical, magical space. So yeah, we have a boat.
It's just
we have a
battling your way up the
boat.
tower. It's like sword art.
So you'll be able to find a ton of magical spaces and new characters to meet, right? We'll get to see them. Hopefully everyone will get to play in December.
This-
So,
A lot's
very
going out with
Very
Minecraft in December.
soon. Thank you so much, Laura, for coming by. And that mob is the Glare. So that still leaves two amazing mobs to choose from. Which one do you want? Will it be the Allay or the Copper Golem? How do you see yourself playing and interacting with them in the future? Which one will make your game life easier or more fun? Or like the Year of the
I feel like this is a
way
vote
more
of survival players versus redstoners.
anyone else wants. This is all about you and how you want to play Minecraft.
Because I understand the Copper Golem has a lot of potential in maps and in redstone and all that sort of stuff, and I'd love it to be added as well. But for my personal use, I am much more likely to use the LA to make like item sorters and automated farms and stuff like that than I am the Copper Golem for redstone contraptions, because I suck at redstone. I can barely use regular buttons, let alone randomizers.
And now, Agnes, you are going to reveal to us
What's it gonna be, Agnes?
next.
So excited.
Yes.
There's so much potential.
So the next.
Let's see if one of my two guesses was right.
The wild update.
The wild update?
The wild
Hmm.
update sounds very, very intriguing. So what is it?
I have no idea what it is.
So the word wild mainly means like two things for us. So the first thing is like beautiful
Crazy.
nature, And
Or
the second
wilderness.
thing is like really scary challenges and adventures.
Ooh, that sounds awesome. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna have some of our gameplay designers come and tell us more about
Well,
specific
one of
things
my
about the
guesses
wildlife,
was
because
about
there's
adding more
four
life
different
to the world and
parts to it.
history, so
And we
maybe?
have the first
But this
one
sounds more like
here,
mobs.
and our
Maybe it's adding a lot of
gameplay designer,
animals.
Brandon.
Hello.
Hi, Brandon. Welcome.
Thank you.
So we've moved the Deep Dark into this update. Can you
Oh,
tell
so
us
they'll all
more
come
about
together. Okay.
Yes, I mean, one of the biggest things about the Deep Dark and the Warden and the SCULK is that it's just expanded. It's gotten bigger, and we really wanted to make sure that we did this right and that we didn't just rush it. That includes even unique loot inside the Deep Dark as well. And yeah, we also want
Unique
to
loot in the
make
Deep
sure
Dark.
that,
Oh.
we
Like treasure or that sort of thing?
let's actually look at some of the new
I'm
things
interested.
that we have in it
Stuff that you can
now,
only
which
find
is the
there.
ancient cities.
That's awesome. I can't wait. Oh, wow.
Never mind, I was right in one aspect, in that they're adding more pre-built structures into Minecraft, including ones in the caves. This is literally what I said with my sort of prediction of like a history sort of like structure update. Of course, it looks like they're taking that further than I was thinking, but mine was just like a really quick guess, so. Oh, this is cool looking though. Ooh. This is larger than a lot of structures, I feel, that are in Minecraft. Looks pretty spooky. I like the sort of castle theme to it. It really gives the impression that some civilization used to live here and then it got destroyed and abandoned. I wonder if there's going to be a special boss in here,
Wow.
or if it's just the Warden.
Like both beautiful and terrifying at the same time. Like,
Which the
has
Warden
so
is
many
pretty scary
emotions when
anyway,
I
so
look at
I don't
that
mean that in a
Deep
negative
Dark
way.
biome.
Yes, I mean, we really didn't want the Deep Dark biome to just be, you know, caves or just skulks spread around. We wanted it to add a bit more mystery to it. And, you know, there's this ancient city, and what is
Yeah.
in there? We're not going to tell the players. We're just
That's
gonna
cool.
let
I'm
them
glad they have
figure
some
out
kind of a
what's
structure
what
down
and
there,
some
other
of the
than just like those little
and
outposts that
there's
were
even
shown
this,
in the
like,
first Caves and Cliffs update
ancient structure
trailer.
in the middle of every single city, and it's got something interesting about it that you're going to have to explore in game.
It's really cool. I like, it feels like a place you want to explore.
Yes, I love that it really deepens the mystery of Minecraft. Like, Minecraft is all about player stories, and Deep Dark definitely inspires the storytelling, I think.
That's so cool.
I
And
agree.
so last year you showed us the SCULK sensor, but I know you've been
The
working
amount
with
of
a
game
little
theories
SCULK
over this.
family. It's a SCULK family. Like,
Is it that
yeah, maybe they're not so
cozy?
cute.
They're not so friendly, no. Yeah, last year we focused a lot on the SCULK sensor, but since then we've kind of been trying to figure out what do all the different blocks in the SCULK family do. And one of them actually is something called a SCULK catalyst. And the main thing about the SCULK catalyst is it's actually what causes the SCULK to spread. As you can
Oh,
see here,
okay.
whenever a mob dies, such as a zombie, near the SCULK catalyst, it actually spreads SCULK underneath it. And the amount is based on how much XP that zombie would have dropped.
Wow.
So,
Oh,
Deep
I see
Dark
some
is
implications for
grown
maps.
with all these SCULK blocks, so that means that lots of mobs must have died there.
Quite a lot, yes.
Make it less scary. Oh, and as you can see here, when you mine some of the SCULK blocks, you actually get enchanting points.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and of course, if you still want to get some of the blocks for decoration or something, you can just use a Silk Touch.
And then we have the SCULK Shrieker.
Ooh.
So when this block is activated, it's gonna give that
That's pretty
really
spooky.
scary shriek sound that you heard.
Oh my
And
gosh.
it also gives this darkness effect, so it's like pulsating darkness.
That's creepy. If there's monsters around you, that could be really freaky, especially the Warden.
You even see now when you're sneaking and you step on a SCULK sensor, even sneaking it will activate.
That'll be so cool for
Wow,
maps.
this is definitely not a friendly family.
No.
And I will say to our younger viewers, in a minute we're gonna show you a clip that's a little scarier. But I mean, Brandon,
Minecraft, I love the
there's
scary aspects to
so
it,
many
so.
things that players can do with them. Like,
Yeah.
what do you imagine them?
Back when I was
The
first
thing
playing
with SCULK
Minecraft,
Catalyst is gonna be
they didn't
really
have a lot of these
interesting
same
because,
scary things,
you know,
and I still thought it was the most
with
terrifying
the
game
mob
ever.
farm with the, like
through the tech.
Like, I was so scared of monsters and stuff like that I would play on peaceful mode, and even then I like panic whenever I saw lava.
So with this, you might be able to create some sort of XP farm.
Ooh.
There's lots of opportunities.
And you can build like experiences for other players. Like imagine building like a haunted mansion or a really dark forest, and then you have the shriekers.
Terrifying.
So then, you know, when players out walking and then they activate the shriek and hear like
And then it spawns like tons of monsters in the darkness, and then when your light comes back on, you're just surrounded. Oh boy.
Anyone's visiting
well, I'm not
you.
gonna visit your world.
Shriekers are just shrieking. We have a community question for you.
Hi, it's Trintam from Germany, and my question is, what was the inspiration behind the Shrieker?
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting question. From the art side, we actually had the inspiration behind the human larynx, which is like the vocal cord or vocal structure or something, just something that represents kind of creating sounds.
Mhm.
And from the gameplay perspective, we wanted to make sure that, first of all, the warden spawns in a unique way, and also in a way that you can avoid...
Oh, is that what spawns the warden?
You can kind of sneak around, and as long as you don't
Okay, that one makes sense, actually.
SCULK shriekers, then the warden won't come. But if you do make too many noises and the SCULK shrieker activates too many times, the warden will come.
Okay, I'm glad it's linked to the warden, because that makes sense, actually. Oh no. What have you done? Run, man, run! No, no!
I'm kind of back to thinking that the SCULK family is very adorable and sweet. After seeing that, wow, there is a lot there.
That was pretty freaky.
I mean, the first thing is that the warden actually
I love it.
emerges underground. So that means you know that wardens are kind of in the deep dark, in the walls, under the floor. And it also has developed a sense of smell. So, of course, you can sneak around and try to be, you know, quiet and not to get detected. But unfortunately, the warden's still going to be able to sniff you out and find where you are. And if it sniffs you while you're really close by, then it's going to start noticing you.
Wait, so basically the warden is like, smell that? It's happening. And just like going for the
Pretty
flavors?
much, yes. It's not going to be fun for you.
No, and I love that we're adding that like sneaking.
Oh, that's gonna be a freaking scary place to explore.
You are in the deep dark, everything's super dark, and you're sneaking, trying to find the treasures, trying to avoid the warden. I think it's something really exciting with that.
It's really, really cool. I mean, I think you have definitely upped the terrifying level, Brandon, and I just love how much you've expanded the deep dark to feel it's so immersive.
Yes, definitely.
It's really amazing. Thank you so much for joining us and scaring us half to death.
No worries, that's my job.
Yeah.
That's what I'm paid for.
Scares like Brandon.
Thanks, Brandon.
Thank you so much, Brandon.
So Agnes, the deep dark is one part, this sort of very adventurous side of the wild update, which the name is starting to really become clear after talking to Brandon. And then the other part you said is really this more of that beauty and, you know, the atmosphere of Minecraft.
Yes, so we want to like celebrate the wilderness of Minecraft, and one thing we want to focus on is immersion. So when you play Minecraft, we really want you to feel that you're inside the Minecraft world. Actually, like we are now.
I'm glad they're going for that because I am really big into immersion. In fact, that's what I focus a lot in games.
A
I'm really good at just imagining myself in game worlds, and that's sort of what's drawn me into Minecraft for so long, and why it's really grown to my favorite game of all time. I often imagine myself just exploring and building and surviving in this world while I play it. Oh, it looks so pretty!
It very Swedish.
It is very Swedish.
That's actually very Swedish forest. Yeah.
It's gorgeous. And then you have, so you want to add more atmosphere to the different biomes, but there's one biome that you want, I mean, I would say you're giving it quite an overhaul. It's getting a lot more in the west.
Which one?
That's true, and that's the swamp.
Oh!
Our art team is just so amazing. It's such a beautiful concept art, and as you can see here,
Oh, I really like the fireflies.
It really is. It's amazing. So we have another one of our gameplay designers here, and our swamp expert.
Yeah,
Corey.
the
Welcome,
swamp
Corey.
didn't win the biome vote a while back. I think it was like in second or something, but
The puns are
now they're getting to it.
to start.
It's Corey after all.
Yeah, it's very on brand. So you're going to tell us about all of the, I mean, there's a lot of exciting things coming to the swamp. So what are we getting?
Yes, there are a lot of awesome things coming. The first of which is the boat with the chest in it.
Yep, that's part of the biome vote. I'm glad we're getting it. That'll make it very convenient to travel across oceans and things like that. Of course, prior to getting like shulker boxes and things like that that make it really easy anyway.
It's so useful.
And relaxing.
Yes, and especially now, you know, in Caves and Cliffs Part 2, we have even wider rivers, so it's easier to travel on water, so it's gonna be...
Oh, okay. I like that the rivers are getting wider, because sometimes rivers can be super narrow, currently.
In the chest in your boat. Oh,
It's really amazing. And you've been working on what I think now will be my favorite tree in Minecraft.
Yes, we are adding the mangrove tree to Minecraft. So as you can see here, this is
Oh, it grows underwater.
propagules
I mean, that's how mangrove trees grow, but...
like ready to grow mini mangroves growing from the mangrove. And you can
Oh,
see
so it's the new tree type in the swamp. What's the planks look like?
The leaves, the propagules are actually growing underneath the leaves. They actually grow from the leaves themselves. And I really like how the propagules are looking here.
Propagules.
And, okay, I'm just gonna nerd out on propagules for a minute.
Love.
Okay, so in real life, the propagules grow, like I said, from the mangrove tree. And then when they fall into the water, or like let's say they fall into water, they can float for up to a year before they plant themselves in the like water, underneath the water or on land, wherever they happen to land. And mangrove trees themselves are actually amazing for like local ecosystems, fighting climate change, for local communities. They're just super trees, and I'm really, really excited that we're adding them to Minecraft.
That's awesome. And this is the first sapling that you can plant underwater.
Yeah, you can plant it underwater and on land as well.
That's
Nice.
so cool. When you first showed me the mangroves and you talked about your favorite thing, the propagules, I actually remember playing in mangroves in Florida, and we would use them to like write in the sand because they're super cool.
That's adorable.
So seeing them in Minecraft is just so exciting. And of course, where there's a new tree, there must be a new wood type.
yes.
Yep, I want to see the new wood.
With the new wood type. And like always when we add a new tree, we are so happy. Like we get so many questions.
I love seeing new trees. Okay.
And
It looks kind of jungle-like.
add a new wood type for the mangroves. And look at it, I think it's really pretty. And you also don't see like all the blocks.
It's not
here,
fully
but it's
pink
really
like the
full
jungle
size.
tree
Other wood types,
wood
like
is.
doors and trapdoors and so
But
on.
it's sort of similar. I don't know, I'd like to see a side-by-side comparison.
I'm like, I'm so excited about mangroves, but I just need to mention another.
I always like new tree types though. More decor is
with
always
simple-
good.
With like really big roots, and I think those are so cool. And we actually prototyped quite a lot back and forth, and it was a bit tricky to decide how the roots should look like, as you see in this picture here. But now I'm so happy that we went with the like multi-block roots, because for example, when you like go with a boat, and then you can go under the mangroves, and I think that adds such a nice feeling to it.
Yeah.
This picture, it's really nice atmosphere.
That's
I-
beautiful.
I really agree. And like when I was testing, I really loved that feeling of like being underneath it, being
Yeah.
like this huge feeling. And I wanted more. I wanted to be surrounded by mangroves. So I was like, why don't I just make a mangrove swamp biome?
And every time I see all this stuff going on, I'm like, to think, this game was created by one guy at his house just as a fun project, and look at where it is now.
I can see, just like in real life. And you have all the mangroves propped up on their roots.
So cool.
In the water, so you can take your boat underneath like Agnes likes, and you're just completely.
The grass looks quite different here.
Awesome beauty of it.
It's so beautiful.
Oh, and I mean during sunset, every time I was testing, I would actually like pause the day-night cycle just to watch the sunset in the mangrove swamp. It was super beautiful.
That's absolutely gorgeous. I noticed that that was not dirt.
Good eye, Lydia. That was wet dirt, otherwise known as mud.
Oh, okay.
That's amazing. So you've actually added mud.
What's unique about the mud?
Really cool.
Yeah, so we're adding really cool renewability mechanics to mud. The first of which is if you take a dirt block and pour a water bottle on it, then you can get more mud. And then the other one is if you take your mud block and you stick it on top of the dripstone, it will sort of like drip the water out of the mud and eventually dry it out, which turns into clay.
I love the renewable clay. Like, I always need more bricks. So perfect.
Oh! Oh, okay.
I have
This would be interesting for survival maps. So, you can make clay without needing any without needing lakes or rivers or whatever, or oceans to like find the clay at the bottom. That you can literally make it just out of dirt. All you need is dirt, a bottle, and one block of water. And also, I guess, a dripstone. And you can make it.
It's actually different than the other stone bricks that we have in the game. So they're sort of smaller.
You can finally make good-looking mud huts.
Really cool, like,
Nice.
block sets, and I'm really excited to build with them.
I just love the look of them. They're awesome. So beautiful. We have a creator question for the two of you.
Because everyone already made their first house out of dirt, so we figured why not make it out of mud.
I really wanted to answer it. So the main reason that I wanted to add mud bricks to the game is that I really wanted people to feel like they're, okay, all around the world, there are houses built out of mud bricks. So many people around the world have houses, buildings using mud bricks, and I really wanted people who are playing Minecraft to feel like they could build their home and feel like they're at home in Minecraft. So I'm really glad we got to add them for that reason.
Amazing.
Yes, I mean, it's so important for us that like everyone feels equally welcome when playing Minecraft.
Oh, that is absolutely amazing. Now, so we have like amazing new trees. We have mud everywhere. We definitely need something very cute.
Yes. Well, very cute and quite derpy because
Frog?
we're adding frogs.
Yeah, every time you say cute and derpy, it's gonna be a frog. What up? It's that boy. I love him. Freaking derp eyes. Every mob has like derp eyes.
They are cute and derpy. That's the perfect description of them. The croaking is amazing.
And did you see the one that jumped like backwards?
One fell in the water.
Silly frogs. Yes. And they do love.
Do they drop frog legs? Can I eat some frog legs?
And actually also on big drip leaves, because I mean the big drip leaves kind of look like lily pads. But the funny thing with that is then when they jump on top of the big drip leaves, it's gonna tilt and then they fall down.
One of them did. It just maybe it's a like frog slide.
No.
And you're adding another little tiny creature to this update.
Yes, the fireflies.
Yeah.
So you can see them roaming around, adding a lot of ambience to the swamp, making it feel just nice and cozy.
It's 1 pixel wide. No, 2 pixels.
Just making the world come alive, light going on all around you.
I love how simple they are. Literally 2 pixels.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that. They're frog food.
Oh, but frogs eat them.
Yeah, but look how happy that frog is.
Yeah, and they're beautiful frog food. So
I like it. They add
enjoy them in
the ambiance in many games of like swamp biomes where you have the lights around and the fireflies and all that stuff, while also making them an actual mob in the game.
But Corey, is that what you called them growing up?
Actually, no. We called them lightning bugs.
I did too. And in Swedish,
it's eldflugor, and that's actually literally translates to fireflies.
Okay. It's very interesting. It became like a lot of people talking about what you called it growing up. But we're really excited to have fireflies or lightning bugs.
Can you like catch them? Can you put them on a lead?
Baby frogs.
Yes, so you know, all baby mobs in Minecraft are just like tiny versions of the grown-ups, but with frogs we're actually adding tadpoles.
Makes sense, because baby frogs are not just small frogs.
Once again, you deliver on the promise of cute and derpy with the tadpoles.
We do.
Yes.
Swamp's gonna have so much more life now.
Yes, and that's actually extra helpful for the tadpoles, because we have frog variants, and when a tadpole grows up, it will pick a variant depending on the temperature in the biome it grows up in. So for example, if it grows up in a really cold place, it's going to turn into a snowy frog. Yeah, as you can see here. So the frogs have kind of like two main systems. One is the tadpole system, and the other one is the cold-blooded system. So the frogs are like the first cold-blooded animal in Minecraft.
Does that mean they're gonna add more?
In real
They're gonna
life,
add snakes?
frog variants that pick a color depending on, like, or they...
Because they don't have any reptiles, do they?
Depending on
Mostly
the
mammals in
temperature.
Minecraft.
We wanted to have that
And some
like that.
birds.
We wanted to like Minecraftify it, so therefore the tadpole's gonna pick a variant instead, depending on the temperature.
That's so cool. And there are 3 variants.
And sea life, of course.
Okay, so we've seen 2. What's the third one?
The third one is the tropical frog.
Oh, is it gonna be colorful?
Or venturing out into the desert, or the
Poison dart frogs.
your tadpole with you, and if it grows up there, it'll turn into a lovely tropical frog. And what I really love about the tropical frogs is how just relaxed they look, and they're like blending into the sand.
Look like they're smiling.
So relaxed.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think there was a
Frog's
reason-
just like, heh.
Yes,
Oh, that way.
there is a reason they are white. So, like, I was reading a
Ribbit.
lot about frogs.
Ribbit.
That's something new. We read up a lot. It's super fun because we can be really geeky. And then I learned about the real-life frog that's called gray foam-nest tree frog and lives, for example, in Angola, Botswana, and Kenya. And that frog can actually turn almost white to avoid overheating. So that's like the inspiration for the...
I read before that it's surprising that frogs are like still alive nowadays.
So you have these
Because
color
the whole
variations,
thing
but
with
you
being
also have something else
amphibians
special about the frogs.
is not the best evolution-wise, like survival-wise, compared to just picking one specialty, like on land or in
We actually
water.
don't even know what that is yet because we are working on the frogs right now.
I'm glad they are, because frogs are
That
pretty
is
cute.
So cool. So Corey, which frog is your favorite?
Oh, it's gotta be the snowy frog. They look so cozy.
Ooh, I'm tropical frog. I'm very interested to see which one the community loves the most.
I just
Or
wanna
I
love
mean,
them all.
of them. Yeah, exactly.
Agnes is like, my favorite is them all.
Joining us, Corey, and taking us into a deep dive of all really cool swamp things.
Yeah, happy to
Thank-
be here.
Thank you, Corey.
Thank
Of
you,
course.
Corey.
I'm just gonna hop on out of here.
No.
Bye, Corey.
So many
Oh.
puns. I like that though.
Let's hope he doesn't croak.
Update, and I mean, I really see the name for the wild update. You get a bit of everything in it.
Yes, and I love the contrast. Yeah, as you can see in this pretty concept art, it's really like that beautiful nature and the super
What's that
cute
structure at the right
dark,
side?
And I love that contrast between these two things.
Gotta go in that mouth to get to the deep dark.
Amazing. Well, we're getting close to the end of the show, and as always, the time has flown by, and a lot has happened during this show. So let's look back at some of the biggest announcements, and then we will reveal the winning mob.
Okay. Well, I will say, I don't think this update is as hype as the Caves and Cliffs update, but I still think it's good, and I think having the Deep Dark with it adds to it quite a lot, because that's a pretty major thing. Like, I'd say that's the most hype thing about this update. Though don't get me wrong, I do like the new mobs and the swamp updates and all that sort of stuff going on. And I think it's a good update, but like I said, it's really hard to top the Caves and Cliffs update and all the stuff they added into it, and you can tell because they had to divide it into 3 separate updates because it was so large. So yeah, but the frogs are cute, and I like all the swamp changes and the mangrove trees and the mud and all that, and the fireflies. But I am really excited about the Deep Dark and exploring that area, trying to fight the Warden or avoid the Warden, and exploring the, I forget what it was called, like the fortress down there. SCULK blocks, I'm gonna need to figure out how I'm gonna use them for things. I know they're scary, like down there, but I'm sure they can be used in like maps and in my own like builds and stuff like that as well.
Now it's time to see what mob you chose.
I'm pretty sure it's the alley.
Hey Jens, do you have
I
the
think the
results?
alley won.
Yes, I have
We'll
the
see.
card here in my chest.
I will say the alley did get my vote, so don't hate. I hope it turns out good because all of, I mean, like I said before, the mob vote is not something to take super hard or get super salty about, I feel. It's like a small, fun thing for the community to vote on, just to get some involvement. Yeah, the LA!
Yes, I'm super happy about that. It's a lovely, lovely mob.
I think the LA is just the cutest out of them.
Exciting. So Agnes, when can everyone expect the LA?
So the LA will be included in the Wild update and it's gonna be released next year.
Next year, the Wild update with the LA? I can't wait. Thank you all so much for joining us. Minecraft wouldn't be what it is.
I wonder how the LA is going to spawn in the world.
All of us at Mojang Studios.
And it looks like it's a friendly mob, but like how do you guide it around and make it your friend and that sort of stuff? I'm curious. Oh, is it over? Oh, okay. I thought it would be a full 2 hours, but it was an hour and a half. I enjoyed it. It was just a chill, fun time, this Minecraft Live. Yeah. So, overall, it's not exactly what I expected, but I didn't have any expectations for the most part, so going into no expectations, I enjoyed it quite a lot, and I thought the update stuff that they added were fairly low-key but cool additions. Other than the Deep Dark, which is just like a high-key, awesome addition. So, but yeah, we already knew about the Deep Dark, but I like the new stuff they're adding to it. It is a shame that's being delayed to the next Wild update, and is going to be in combination with that, but it does make the Wild update more exciting, so I can see why they did it, and because they also want to add more to it and make sure it's good quality. But I'm super excited about the Cave and Cliff update part 2 coming out very soon. I'm going to probably play Minecraft again when that comes out, or at the very least, like next year, once my year of school is done, I'll get to it. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next adventure.